Good morning, Turks and Caicos. This is another in a series of videos that I'm doing from quarantine. You'd be pleased to know that my temperature has been taken twice since I've been here, and I'm fine. I hope this video finds all of you well, and thanks be to God. I come to you this morning, friends, with a sad heart over some news that I received this morning about redundancies at resorts and hotels across the country. And what saddens me about that is that apparently these redundancies are adversely affecting apparently majority native citizens. And obviously, you know that it's no surprise to me, because I'm expecting things like this with this epidemic situation, with this whole lockdown, shutdown of the world and world economies and all of that. But you may find it curious that why is it that it's affecting so strongly native citizens when you would think that these folks would be more convenient for the establishment because they don't have to pay work permits, and so that should be a plus for the establishment. But that is not going to be the case, and you're going to find that you're not going to get any representation from the government. Because why? We have to understand that any country that relies so heavily on work permits as a revenue generator, that the leaders of that country are going to give priority to the people that pay those work permits at the expense of their own citizens. Because nowadays, politics have become solely about money and less about people. So don't be surprised when you get the X and the foreigner stay on the job, because one, the foreigner don't talk back. They already say we lazy. I don't know how that could be the case, because all the work that was done in this country before other people came were done by us. But I digress. So the employer prefers the foreign worker, and the government prefer the foreign worker because they contribute to national insurance, which contributes to the GDP of the country. You, on the other hand, you only pay national insurance, so you pay once. The foreigner pays national insurance and work permit. So he is a more attractive option for the government. Mind you, now I'm not saying that it should be that way. I'm just telling you how the reality of the matter. And it's not a laughing matter. I don't remember which country it is right now, but they focus, I think it may be Malaysia or Indonesia or one of those countries, but that's not the point. What they focus on is not the gross domestic product, the GDP. They focus on they have a gross domestic happiness index, right? The gross domestic happiness of their citizens is more important to them than the gross domestic product, right? Because they understand a happy and contented populace is good for business. You see? But in this country, that is not the case. So you workers that are getting laid off, I feel your pain. I'm sorry that it's that way. I'm sorry that you are going to find that you are not going to get any representation from your government, because government can't dictate to employers how to run their business. I mean, they should have that kind of relationship with businesses where they encourage businesses to prefer to use their citizens. But in the Turks and Caicos Islands, that is not the case. That has the only time that I can recall that was the case, and somebody's going to think that I'm biased, but the only time that I can recall that being the case since the first ministerial government, when there were not even a lot of foreigners here, was in the Michael Mizik government, when he won on Turks and Caicos Islanders first. And all the non-Turks and Caicos Islanders were in uproar when they heard that slogan. As if we don't have the right to be first in our country. And I say our country, I say that loosely because, honestly and truly, this is not our country. This country belongs to Queen Elizabeth. Okay, this country belongs to the British. But since we are the native-born citizens, that's why we use the term our country. But honestly and truly, we don't have no country. You don't have a country. Sorry for that. We don't have a country until you take your independence. And for the last 44 years, nobody has wanted that. The closest we have come to that, and I refer again to the Mizik government when we have gotten the most advancement constitutionally away from British rule. And since his fall, we are on our second government. I don't talk about the interim government because interim government, I heard somebody say how they were in the interim government and they were representing their people. Representing who people? The interim government was established by the British. So you weren't representing no people of Turks and Caicos Islands. You were representing the interests of the British. And if you think you were representing the people of Turks and Caicos Islands, tell me what advancement you voted for while you were in the consultative forum to advance any benefits for Turks and Caicos Islanders. So don't come to me with that nonsense. And I refer to all elected representatives who have not attempted to advance our constitution away from British domination. I refer to them all as nothing more than facilitators of colonialism. And that is why I said in my last video, I have no interest in this brand of politics. I am not looking to run for anything under these circumstances. Because I will not come to my people and ask them to vote for me to get on a stage on inauguration day and pledge my allegiance to somebody that didn't vote for me. You talk about democracy. There is no democracy in Turks and Caicos Islands. You cannot have democracy in a dependency. It's an oxymoron. Okay? You cannot have, I repeat, you cannot have democracy in a dependency where somebody else dictates to you on policy. Yes, the local elected members go to parliament and they discuss and think they make policy, and everything got to be signed off by the guy who got the real power. Right? You have a situation where we at today, the governor has more power than all the people that you elect and send to Grand Turk. And then the first sign of trouble, they rescind their power to the same guy that already have all the power, and then you have none. Right? So you keep electing people that don't know what to do with your power. Your power is only good enough to benefit them. So many things have to change in this country, people. Everybody wants to run nowadays so they can get some free money and easy living. Okay? It's ridiculous that you elect people and on day one they haven't hit a lick on your behalf as yet. And they get 2 cars, 2 brand new SUV, one in Grand Turk, one in Provo. Right? They get huge salary. They get constituency allowance. They get free gas. Where is the incentive for them to do anything for you? And once they do 2 terms, they get paid for life. Why are you doing this, my people? Why are you doing this to yourself? These people do nothing for you. At the end of their 4 years, you cannot see. We think that building some buildings. I'm a builder. Okay? I'm a builder. And building some buildings don't make me no leader. Building some buildings, I take that back, because it make me a leader in my field, a leader of the people that work with me and help me to build the buildings, but it don't make me no political leader. Okay? And we think a government that builds some buildings or paves some road. Man, these things are infrastructure, but policy. Policy is what affects the lives of the people. Good policy is what betters the lives of the people. And anybody that is not seeking constitutional advancement, like I say, away from British rule, I am not with you. I'm not coming out standing in the hot sun in no line to vote for you. I'm not coming out on any campaign trail to rump and stump with you, because I now know, and I got 44 years of history as proof that all the majority of you are looking for is easy street, and I will not help you get there. Okay? And I'm sorry for the people that continue to do that, to no avail. As soon as the dust settles, you forget about them. Everybody else takes priority besides them to you. Okay? And I'm not talking to any one side, because over 44 years we have had various changes in government, and we only got 2 parties. Okay? Yeah. So we need our independence. I know a lot of you are afraid of that word. I heard somebody on some guy on I think it was WIV before they shut down. They used to repeat a sound bite from some guy talking about how oh we ain't got nothing. We don't even have no rice. We don't I don't mean to laugh, but because this is a serious matter. But when you hear the clip, it sounds so ridiculous. That's why I laugh. You don't get these things. You don't get industry by not focusing on industry. All the good lands we have in North and Middle Caucasus. Which government? Which government? We have a huge farm in Kew. Last I know, they had 2 Jamaicans on the farm in Kew in North Caucasus. In North Caucasus, where people, when there was nothing here, all they knew was farming and fishing. That's what I was raised on. I am a farmer. Yes, me. And in an independent government of the Turks and Caicos Islands, in which I would like to participate, I would have no problem being a minister of agriculture or fisheries or something like that. My dad was a fisherman all my life. I grew up in the boat. The field work was my chores, me and my siblings. And I said that, and I go back to say, I'm not looking for anything from me out of these videos. I only say that to say that I have no interest in politics, status quo politics, which only facilitate colonialism. I have no interest in that. But to refer back to what I said just now, in an independent Turks and Caicos Islands, I could see myself participating in government. Okay? I don't rule that out, but I do rule out 100% any participation in this status quo politics that we run today. Okay? So, my people, I say that my people, and right away I sound like a politician. But I say that because you are my people. We are one. We are one. Yes, we are separated by water, island to island, except nowadays for North and Middle Caucasus. But we are one people. We are one people of African descent. Yes, me. And in an independent government of the Turks and Caicos Islands, in which I would like to participate, I would have no problem being a minister of agriculture or fisheries or something like that. My dad was a fisherman all my life. I grew up in the boat. The field work was my chores, me and my siblings. And I said that, and I go back to say, I'm not looking for anything from me out of these videos. I only say that to say that I have no interest in politics, status quo politics, which only facilitate colonialism. I have no interest in that. But to refer back to what I said just now, in an independent Turks and Caicos Islands, I could see myself participating in government. Okay? I don't rule that out, but I do rule out 100% any participation in this status quo politics that we run today. Okay? So, my people, I say that my people, and right away I sound like a politician. But I say that because you are my people. We are one. We are one. Yes, we are separated by water, island to island, except nowadays for North and Middle Caucasus. But we are one people. We are one people of African descent. And we need to find one another and find common ground among one another, find agreement among one another, people. We are losing. We are losing the struggle. We are losing the battle for Turks and Caicos Islands. Because we don't seem to care. Lots of us don't seem to care. As soon as you say independence, everybody can find 100 reasons why you shouldn't be independent. But you, the only people who don't think you should have independence. And the only way you can control your destiny, people, is if you elect self-determination. I'm not standing here telling you that I have all the solutions of how to achieve that. I am telling you that that is what you need. You need to elect some people that want that and that understands what to do with that once they achieve that. And to put you top priority once they achieve that. That's not to say we don't want to protect and accommodate our corporate citizens, our corporate partners. We want them to partner with us. We're not trying to run anybody out of our country, except the racists and the white supremacists and enemies of the state once we gain our independence. And in every independent country, you have that. Because those elements exist among you. And you must know that they exist among you. Right? But the people that have good intention towards us, we want you with us. We want you to struggle with us to achieve this goal before we lose it all, because the way the world is going today, if you don't fight for it, you will lose it. So let me close where I started. This video is running long. I feel for you, citizens that are losing your jobs, these hard times, when you done been out of work now 2 months, then you get the axe. That can't be easy. You know, but now is the perfect time for us to arrest the situation, because we are all down now. The tourism is already non-existent now. Everybody broke. Now is the time for us to stand, folk. Yeah, Lord help us. I had another point I wanted to touch on, but I'm trying to keep these videos under 20 minutes, and this one is already over. But there'll be others as I collect my thoughts. But the benefits of independent self-determination will far outweigh the negative. Until the next time, thank you.